Gridiron fans, welcome back inside Studio A, the home of Gridiron Glory. I'm your host, Keith Turner, joined once again alongside TVC-Ohio reporter Mark Dohner and SEOAL reporter Brad Friedman, and we're going to discuss this week's game of the week that includes the Logan Chieftains hitting the road to take on the Nelsonville-York Buckeyes. We know, Brad, that this is the battle of State Route 33. Last year, Logan lost 50-0. What can they do to get some of that sweet revenge?
Well, Keith, this season, Logan's offense has practically lived on the ground. Nick Toss and Isaac Schmelzer have put up nearly 400 yards, punching it into the end zone 5 times. Now, Mark, you know what we always say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. The Chieftains have to run into the heart of that Nelsonville-York defense.
Brad, running into that Nelsonville-York defense is not going to be easy. The Buckeyes shut out River Valley in a 36-0 rout last week, and the second-best defense in the TVC-Ohio this year, allowing just under 226 yards per game. Now, Keith, they lost their first 2 games of the season last year, but finished the season 7-3 and second in the TVC-Ohio. This year, same story. Lost their first 2 games, but they've won 2 consecutive games so far.
So Nelsonville-York is definitely on the upswing, but Brad, we know that football is full of surprises. What can the Chieftains do to surprise those Buckeyes?
Well, Keith, it's going to come down to special teams. In Logan's game against Hayes Valley earlier this season, Schmelzer had a 96-yard kickoff return to the house, Keith. And on the other returns that he's had this season, he's still averaging nearly 16 yards a return. So this Friday's game is really going to come down to field position.
So we know special teams can definitely have a huge impact on games. Punt return, kick return could really swing momentum. But Mark, what is the key for Nelsonville-York's success this week?
Ground and pound is the key, Keith. While Logan can run the ball, Nelsonville-York can do it better. As a freshman, Keith.
The diaper dandy.
The diaper dandy, Alex Mount, leads the TVC-Ohio in rushing yards with a total of 577 yards on the ground, averaging 144 yards per game and 8.7 yards per carry. And Brad, 330 of those yards came in a 44-21 route of Burgundy in week 3, and Mount had 3 touchdowns in that game.
Impressive numbers for sure, Mark, but if Nelsonville-York wants to win this game, they have to come out firing right off the bat. Logan has scored 46 of their 59 points in the first half. Now, where the Chieftains have struggled this year is finishing games. Now, Dean Jordan and Evan Dolan lead that Logan defense in tackling. And Mark, going into the second half, they need to stop that Nelsonville-York rushing attack.
They're certainly going to have to shut down that rushing attack because Nelsonville-York has virtually no passing. They're last in the league in passing, only 52 attempts from their starting quarterback, Holt Adams. And of those 52 attempts, he has 212 passing yards and 1 touchdown. This is certainly going to be a ground and pound game for both teams, but Nelsonville-York won 50-0 last year, as you mentioned, Keith. Expect them to storm those Chieftains on the defensive side. Keith, those Buckeyes are certainly playing for that second spot in the TVC-Ohio this year.
A lot for the Buckeyes to play for, but also a lot for the Chieftains to play for. It should be a great dogfight. Thanks a lot, guys. And fans, we need you to tweet your predictions of this game. Whether you're choosing Logan or you're choosing Nelsonville-York, let us know. Tweet us at Gridiron Glory and use the hashtag TheGlory13, and your tweet could just air on our next broadcast. And of course, join us Friday night at 11:30 as we'll provide highlights of this game and much, much more. Until then, I'm Keith Turner alongside Mark Dohner and Brad Friedman, reminding you there's nothing better than Friday nights in Gridiron Glory.